welcome back to Afternoon Live. The days are getting shorter and the air is getting colder. So here with tips to help our houseplants thrive through the winter and into the spring, we welcome back the co-author of How to Plant a Room and Grow a Happy Home, Erin Harding. Always good to see you.
Hi, Hannah. Nice to see you, too.
Look at all this
Thanks
fun
for
stuff
having
we
me.
have.
Well, you know, just like you said, the days are getting shorter.
It's happening.
Already. I was on my way here today and I'm like, okay, this is it.
Yeah.
This is it. So when we start to see the sun go away, it's time to prep our plants for the winter. So there's a couple things I like to do. There's kind of 5 steps that I like to take. The first one is just cleaning them up a little bit. So you'll notice, you know, we have a little bit of like browning leaves. We want to get rid of those. The other thing we want to do is remove, you know, we're in and out of the house all summer, right? Kids are coming in, there's lots of sports, there's so many things going on. And so there's lots of dust that accumulates on the leaves. So what we want to do is make sure that we give it a really good cleaning. You can use Q-tips or cotton pads or whatever. I like to just do spray bottle with water, and you can easily wipe down the dust from the plants. And that also, this shows you how long it's been.
Oh,
okay,
this is
since
good
I've
though.
done it, it is good. Okay. So when you do this, it allows for more light to filter through.
Oh, nice.
And because we're losing more light during the winter, we want to make sure that we wipe all of the leaves down and clean everything up.
And just do it when you're doing other dusting and wiping around the house. Don't forget the plants.
Yes.
Okay.
So when you have other plants like cactus or succulents, sometimes they're a little bit harder to get into. So using a Q-tip is a great idea to kind of get in, just dust them off. We have a bunny who runs around our house, so sometimes we have little bunny hairs everywhere. So just cleaning that up is a good idea.
That's cool. You can use your beauty supplies.
Oh yeah, it's
to help
like
your
a
plants
twofer.
stay beautiful.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So the next thing we want to do is a little bit of pest control.
Okay.
So you can do a couple things. One, when you're cleaning, just take a look. Make sure you don't see any creepy crawlies. Sometimes you'll see little flies buzzing around.
Yeah.
So when we see that, we want to just kind of take care of it, nip it in the bud, because what we know about using our heater during the winter is that the bugs from the outside are going to want to come in and get warm and nestle in our plants. So we want to prevent that from happening. We can do a couple things. So we can use like a neem oil or something like that to wipe everything down and kind of take care of that. Or you can use a systemic. They're just granules that you shake on the plant.
Oh, okay.
You water them in, and then it's good for about 3 months or so.
Nice.
And it prevents any pests from happening.
I can do that.
Yeah, I use it all the time, a couple times a year, and I don't ever really see any pests anymore, so it's amazing.
Okay.
The next thing we want to do is make sure that we're placing it in a good spot for the winter. So what that means is that we are getting less light, so we want to go closer to the window if possible, but we don't want to get too close because it can get cold. It can get cold. So we just want to be careful to be too close, but not too far, right?
You gotta maximize the potential.
Any plants that you can get a little bit closer to the window, great. And then we want to make sure they're not by any heat registers or any sort of vents or anything like that. And then we can also help the light situation a little bit by using a light.
Yes.
This is a really inexpensive grow light. I think I probably got it online for about $5.
Nice.
You can also get a really inexpensive clip lamp to use.
Yeah, these are cool. These are like reading lights you buy for your kids' room.
So you could just turn it on real quick.
Here we go. Woo!
There we go. And that is going to help, especially any of our desert plants. It's going to be perfect for just a little extra light.
Beautiful.
And then lastly, we want to make sure that we are practicing proper watering techniques during the winter.
Yes.
What that means is that with the lack of light and the lack of like air kind of going through, it takes a lot longer for them to soak up all of the moisture. And so we don't want to give it as much water as we normally do. So I recommend just giving it a good soak and letting it completely dry out before watering it again.
Oh, okay.
With desert plants, that means it could be like 3 months before you water it again. So maybe we don't water it into the spring. until the spring. And with tropical plants, it may be about 3 to 6 weeks in between watering in the winter. So you just want to be careful not to overwater.
Okay, so yeah, some of them you can probably just see that they're beginning to dry out. Some of these you might want to mark
Yes.
on your calendar though.
Yes, you can do that. And also just do a little like quick check on the bottom.
Oh, that's
You can
good.
kind of like tell if
Yeah.
it's wet or not. If it's wet, don't touch it, don't water it,
Yeah.
just let it go, and then make sure to give it as much light as possible.
Are you able to rescue things in the winter months if they do become a little bit too over-dried?
So they're not going to become over-dried.
Okay.
But if we overwater,
Sure.
you can certainly pull out the plant and re-pot it
Okay.
in dry potting mix
Okay,
if
that
you
makes
need
sense.
to. Yes.
Okay.
I know, and we can do this.
We can do it.
They'll survive and
We
they'll
gotta
thrive
take
during the
care
winter.
of our friends. They provide us a lot of beauty and
Yes.
health in our home.
Yes, and it's a great way because especially in the wintertime we lose a lot of those plants
Yeah.
outdoors. So
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Always great chatting with you.
Thank you.
Erin's book again is How to Plant a Room and Grow a Happy Home. We'll have more information on our website at coauthor.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.